Mr. Bradshaw at AddSomeToYourIncome.com here to tell you some of my story in becoming rich and to help you realize you are rich. If you are watching this video right now, you are rich. And I'll explain how it is that you are rich. I will explain a bit of my journey, and I have a whole bunch of quotes, which is the name of this video, I Am Rich Now Quotes. You see, rich is a perspective. Rich is how you look at it. Rich is your mindset. You will never become rich until you change the way you think. Rich is a decision. You decide that you are rich. It is a little different than being wealthy or the wealthiest in the world or the richest. Those are numbers that can be decided. However, the man with the most amount of money might not actually see himself as rich. So let's dive in. You are rich now, quotes. When you realize that you are rich, you will find that you add to your income. It's a really interesting thing when you get to that point, when you already accept, I am rich, then more money comes to you. Never let the things you want make you forget the things that you have. Please realize that you have a lot. You have been so blessed. That's the bell at the school. I'm blessed that I no longer have students in my classroom and I get some time to put stuff like this together. All right, you and I are so blessed. Both poverty and riches are the offspring of thought. If you will read what Napoleon Hill has said, you will find ways to be successful. Napoleon Hill and all his research in interviewing the rich, just the desire to understand the wealthy, and then putting all his thoughts together about it, I think this is one of the greatest summaries of it. Poverty, result of your thought. I used to think I was in poverty. I thought of myself as poor, teacher's salary, not very much money. In what I'm about to share with you in this video, I will share with you my transformation to realizing I'm rich. And I didn't have a single more another dollar to my name, another penny to my name than the moment before that. It was a mind shift. It's often called a paradigm shift. I changed from thinking I'm poor to thinking I'm rich. You and I are rich. A Lao Tzu quote for you. I really like this one. Be content with what you have. Rejoice in the way things are. When you realize there's nothing lacking, the whole world belongs to you. I could be at this barbecue with this food and be wishing I was having Thai or wishing that I could just have some Italian food, right? Instead of appreciating how things are, always wishing for something else. We all need to realize you can be happy wherever you are and whatever you have. And that's a decision, and it's a rich decision. Choosing happy in whatever situation in life you are makes you rich. I came across this pin done by Imgur. It's the best citation I have for it. It looks like my picture is currently covering it up, so let me move myself over here. You are rich when you are content and happy with what you have. You can get there. You really can. It's not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more that is poor. If you are craving more than you have, you are poor. When you get to the point that you realize, when you realize it, you become rich. I didn't lose the gold, I won the silver, said Michelle Kahn. I like that. We focus so much on the gold winners. what about those ones who take silver? They still won the silver medal. Huge deal. Big deal, right? Next time that you're feeling down, be reminded that 3 billion people in the world spend their days searching for food and clean water. Billions and billions of people are wanting to be in your situation. What you are thinking, what shape your mind is in, is what makes the biggest difference of all, said Wiley Mays. You see, there's this gigantic difference between earning a great deal of money and being rich. You can have a great deal of money and still not feel rich. Rich is, you eat something and you say it's rich, because usually it has a lot of sugars and fats, right? And this is it's an opinion. It's an opinion, you guys. All right, so I was thinking I wasn't rich. I've even been to third world Africa and seen people in poverty who are spending their day trying to get food and clean water. There I am, and I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm reading and I'm just wanting to become rich. I want to learn how to become rich. Finally, one day, as I'm searching and reading in a book, something clicked. It's not about how much money you have. All of a sudden I realized rich isn't dollar signs and numbers. Riches, they are not defined by my bank account. The bank account, the stocks, the clothes, the house, the car, it does not define rich. When I look at things like that, I'll never have enough. I'll always want for more. So in this moment, when I had this big perspective change, this paradigm shift, there I am. My quest was to become rich, and all of a sudden I realized I am rich. I'm not at the bottom of society. Yes, I'm on a teacher's salary. Yes, that means that I am in lower middle class. And yet, in the United States of America, this rich country that my economics teacher kept saying over and over, you live in the richest country in the known history of the world. Billions and billions of people poorer than I am. I all of a sudden got this realization, I'm rich. Like, that's not the goal. It's no longer the goal. The goal, I've reached that. I've attained that just by being born in this country. See, because there are billions and billions of people, billions and billions, who look at me and think that I'm rich. The clothes I wear, the shoes I have on my feet, what I eat for dinner, they call me rich. My life completely changed in that moment, and your life will completely change too. When you realize, you're like, why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I see this before? Why didn't I realize that I'm going to go get in my car and it has 280 horses underneath the hood? At the touch of my toenail, 280 horses. Off I can go. I don't have some fancy car. I'm just a teacher with my teacher car. You have to imagine it. It's definitely middle of the road car. It's not like something you would say, well, that's a rich man in the United States. However, in the countries that I visited, third world Africa, you have a car, you're rich. They think you're rich if you have a TV. I was sitting there with this book and I was reading this, and all of a sudden the realization that really clicked, that really gave me this aha, was that I was reading. I can read. I am rich. I can read. You are rich. Watching this video, connecting over the internet to find this video and have this video on YouTube, you are rich. I'll wrap this up with an Oprah Winfrey quote for you, hopefully to really click this in for you. If you look at what you have you will always have more. But if you look at what you don't have in life, you'll never have enough. It's time to decide you have enough. You are rich. Somehow, and this started happening for me, the bank account grows. It's no longer the focus. I'm focused on living a healthy, nice life, and that the money that comes to me is used to create happiness for me, my wife, my children. And it increases. And it will. You will add some to your income when you tell yourself, I am rich. And you can say that. You can look yourself in the eyes, in the mirror, and say, I am rich. Deal with all of the all of the arguing that will try to boil up. Just handle each one and convince yourself. Rewatch this if you want. Do some other research into it. Find yourself able to convince yourself you have enough. Look at what you have. And I look forward to seeing you on the other side.